All right, I think we're ready to get started. I don't know who left this up here, but this is the good stuff. Yeah, I think that somebody trying to poison me. All right. So anyway, for the auction, how many have been to the auction before? Good, a lot of people. That's what I like to see. First of all, everybody have a good time today? Yeah. All right, great. We're thrilled to be back. How many thought we wouldn't be back? A couple, yeah. Us too, yeah. But we took a little time off. You know, the 2008 show we really didn't plan to do. 2009 we planned to come back, but the economy was bad. The economy's still pretty bad, but it started showing signs of turning around. And this year we figured let's go with it, and we hope to keep a continuous, you know, schedule going forward. So this is our 10th anniversary show. All right. Now some of you might say, wait a minute, wasn't that in 2007? But we have a little skewed, like we skew numbers whenever it suits us here at CGE. All right? So 2007 was actually like 10 years. This is our 10th show, including World of Atari. So the next show, whether it's next year or the year after, will also be our 10th anniversary, because that'll be 10 CGEs, okay? So, any excuse to party, all right? All right. So, most of you know how the auction works. We're going to bid up items, and some of it's for charity, some is just people putting their cool stuff up for auction. All right, just raise your hand. Be careful not to twitch, sneeze, or make other gestures. I might assume that that's a bid, okay? We also have one item, as I mentioned to some of you before, we're working to get it set up real quick. We're online? Okay, so we're going to test the waters with a remote auction tonight. The first item that we auction off is also going to be available on GameGavel.com. And we're really just kind of testing the waters to make something cool available to people who couldn't make it to the show. And the way it's going to work is this banner at the side here that's hanging was signed by all the alumni at the show. About 30 names on there, all the legends, all right? That item is on GameGavel, and people will be bidding live on GameGavel at the same time. So Mike from GameGavel over here will be entering our bids onto the site, and if he gets a higher bid, he'll tell us, I have bidder so-and-so from GameGavel bids this, okay? And again, it's something that we just want to test the waters with and see. We thought it'd be something cool to do, and that's only for the first item tonight, all right? Yes, I'm sorry, the first item is for charity, all right? So that's why we started. Now, the other very important thing you need to know is when you win your item, you come up and you'll pay these two gentlemen, the enforcers, all right? They'll take a VIG, that's also for charity. We talked about that. I believe it's $5 an item. Right, okay. All right, they're going to be generous. If it's a $25 item, they'll only take 2 or 3. But I say we take 5 anyway. All right, we'll see what happens. I think we pretty much have it down. We'll announce reserves, starting bids, all right, and we'll go from there. Now, the last piece of the puzzle, which is probably the most important, is our new lovely auction assistant, Jen. At the CGE auction, anything can be yours for a price, all right? So, if things get a little tough, we may have to put some more items in the auction, you know, we'll see what happens. But you're not allowed to bid, Ian, all right? Jen's a good friend of ours. Jen is actually the first digital press store employee ever.
Don't drink the water.
Uh-oh. All right. Tim, you have to leave now. As long as the banner's not wet. Okay. So, let's start it. Are we ready? Okay. So, the CGE banner over here, first item up for bid tonight, Okay, I'm going to take a little slow just so we have a little time to do our thing. And we already have a starting bid of $25. It is for charity. Anybody?
40.
40 over here. Do I have 50? 50 over here. In the back, 60? 60 in the back. See, I have 70. 70 over. How much? 100? 100 over here. 1 second. Go ahead, Mike. All right, we're at 100. Do I have anybody for 110? $110 for charity. Anybody at all? Al? Oh, I'm sorry. Matt? Matt, I'll take his money too. All right, I have $100. Anybody for 110? Anybody on Game Gavel for 110? Nobody yet. We'll give it another second here. It's a work in progress. We're testing the waters. Anybody for 110 if Jen brings the banner out to you? No?
I'll throw in the 10 and the other guy.
All right, that's pretty damn nice here. You'd be a friend for life, I think, you know? All right, so we have $100 over here. We're going 110. Anybody for 110? We're still at 100. Nothing going on Game Gavel. I'm gonna go selling once. Going twice. Last call, anybody at all? Anybody in Game Gavel? Sold. And for charity, thank you. Check. All right. Sean, tell us what we have here.
This is a Vectrex set with a Super Nintendo controller converted for use with the Vectrex, a Genesis controller for use on Vectrex, a homebrew light pen, and a Vectrex multi-card all in a nice metal case. We're starting at 58.
All right, so our starting bid is $50. Anybody for $50? I have 50 over here. 60? 60, anybody for 70? 70 over here, do I have 80? Anybody for 80 in the back, do I have 90 Ian? 90 for Ian. 100? 100 over here, 110. Anybody for 110? I had two people, you were first, 110. 120? 120 over here. How about this side? Anybody over here? Right there? 120? No? No? 110 over here? 120. 130. Anybody else? I have 130, I need 140. Anybody for 140? 140 over here, do I have 150? 150 for me, and do I have anybody else? 160. $160, anybody? Oh, in the back? Like this? No? All right. Over to Ian, 160. Anybody? Going once. Over here, 160. Anybody for 170? 170 over here. Anybody for 180? 180 in the front. New bidder, do we have 190? 200 over here. Anybody for 210? I have 200, I'm looking for 210. Anybody for 210? Wave high, I'm going blind. It's been 3 years, I've lost my eyesight. So, I have 200, I need 210. Anybody for 210? Going once. Going twice. Sold. Chris. gentlemen, bring this down. Our next item for charity is a custom Vectrex light pen, limited edition, number 1 of 10. You want to take that, Jim? You can open it. It's a trick case. You fell for the old. There you go. This item is for charity, okay? Limited edition, there's only 10 made. This is serial number 1. Okay. Who'll give me a starting bid? There's no reserve. How about a starting bid of $30? Anybody for $30? 30, 40, 50? 50? All right, 50. 60. Anybody for 60? Do I have 60? I have $50 over here. I need 60. Anybody for $60? Number 1 of 10 for charity. Over here for 50. Anybody for 60? 60 over here. Do I have 70? 60. Anybody for 70 at all? Hans? Come on, Hans. No?
Limited
60,
budget.
I need 70. Anybody else for $70? $70. 70 in the back? Anybody in the back? Yeah? Oh, I see someone waving hands. You? No? Oh, sorry. $60. Anybody at all for $70? Oh, dude, you're too close on near side. You gotta get up there and raise it high. $70 over here. Back to 80. 80 over here. Anybody for 90? $90. I have $80. I need 90. Anybody at all for $90? I have $80 going once. I have $80 going twice. Last call. Anybody for $90? Sold. Gotta raise those hands real high, all right? Not what I used to be. Okay, nice item up next. A shrink-wrapped, mint-in-box Sword Quest Water World for the 2600. Jen will show the product. Everybody check out Jen's product. Okay. Easy. You don't think I check ID? Come on. Who do you think picked that outfit? Come on. I pulled one out of my closet. Okay, starting bid. There is no reserve. Starting bid is $100. Anybody for $100? Right in the front. How much? 100 and a quarter right off the bat. Anybody for 130? 130 over here. 140? 150. Anybody for 160? I have 150. 160 over here. I have 170. Anybody for 170? 170 in the back. Anybody 180? I have 170. I need 180. Anybody at all for 180? 170 in the back. Shrinked. Raise 180 right here. Anybody for 190? I have 190 in the back. Will anybody give me 200? 200 in the front. Anybody for 210? 210 in the back, 220? 220 over here, anybody for 230? I have 220, I'm looking for 230, anybody for 230? Mint Water World, shrink wrap, 230. How about 240? Will anybody give me 240? I have 230, back to the side. Joe Cody. 230, anybody give me 240? I have there's 240 in the back. Let's go to 250, who'll be the one for 250? $250 in the front, anybody for 260? 260 at all? I have 250, I need 260. 250 going once. Oh, he beat in the back, 260. Joe, back to you for 270. 270 to Joe, anybody for 280? Anybody at all? I have 270, I need 280. 280 in the back. You want to see who you're going against then, Joe? No? I have 280. 300 to Joe. Trying to put an end to it. $300. Anybody give me more than $300? 310. Anybody for 310? I have 300. I need 310. Going once. Anybody for 310? Going twice. Sold. Okay, Next item up, 2600 Quadrun. Complete in the box. Okay, box is a little dented on the side. Jen will take it down and show you what we have going on there. Oh, crap. Lost my line. Okay, there is a reserve on this item. That's all I'm telling you. Okay, starting bid is $100. Anybody for $100 on the Quadrun? 100 over here. Do I have 120? Anybody for 120? I have 100. I need 120. Anybody for 120? Quadrun in the box, complete. I have 100. I need 120. Over here is 120. Anybody for 130? I have 120. I'm looking for 130. Anybody at all for 130? 130 over here. 140. 140 back here. 150, Joe? 150 to Joe. Back over here. Uh-oh. 150. Do I have, what we got? 160? 160. Anybody for 170? I have 160. I'm looking for 170. Anybody for 170? I have 160 over here. I'm looking for 170. 170 to Joe. Back to Joe. How much? Reserve still not met.
Reserve's not met?
Reserves? I'll let you know when the reserve's met, believe me. What's that? Yeah, I'll let you know. Oh, now I lost my train of thought. I got 170, I'm looking for 180?
It's not met, so 180.
180. 190? 190 over here. Wait for 200.
Just keep going to the reserves. 200.
200. 210. Let's go to 230. Not saying that that's the reserve. I'm just saying let's go to 230 and speed it up a little.
Nice.
You want to cut a deal? 230. Anybody give me 250? Anybody at all for 250? I have 230. I'm looking for 250. 250. Anybody?
You guys want to come and take a look at this box? The reserve is 300.
In the back? 300? 300? All right, reserve is met. Anybody for 310? I can't hear either, I gotta tell you. I'm blind and deaf. But I got 300. Anybody for 310? 300 going once. 300 going twice. Sold.
Seen them go in the low 400s on eBay.
I've seen nice boxes for 300. This one looks a little bit.
All right. All right, this is going to be a tough one. I have the old Box O EEPROM boards with EEPROMs. There's a little bit of everything in here. 50, is that a 50 Tony? What is that? Super Nintendo. Looks like they're all unknown. I see hardball. Yeah, we'll send these down with Jen if anyone wants to jump up and take a quick look.
They all don't work. Okay, you should know that up front. He's plugged them in and he can't get any of them to work. It's from somebody who really isn't very technically, doesn't know very much about them. He just stuck them in, didn't work, threw them in a box. So
there's some blank boards also.
There's a couple of boards
chips.
in there. A couple of boards in there with no chips. But he's got a low starting price, so you get a couple of them to work. You're
Channel F. All right. Looks like an XE Supercart. Okay, Jen, why don't you just take these down? Yeah, keep the hands on the boards, guys, right? I see people who have absolutely no interest in EEPROMs up there. Can I get a closer look? Matt, you sold all your EEPROMs. Come on.
No interest in EEPROMs.
All right. Anybody in the back? As Jen's coming down the aisle, let's take a quick look.
beaten up.
Again, all untested EEPROM boards. Just stop her if you want to take a quick look at what she's offering.
Nice one, John.
I get more disgusting with age. Okay. There is no reserve on that that set of boards there. We have a small starting bid of $50. Anybody for $50? Right away, Ian for $50. Do I have $70? Anybody for $70? 70 over here. Do I have 80? Anybody for 80? $80, anyone? I have 70, I need 80. Anybody at all for $80? Right here's 80. There is no reserve. Okay. We're up to $80. Do I have 90? Anybody for 90? 100. $100 over here. Anybody on this side? You guys been kind of quiet? I have $100. I need 110. Anybody for 110? Matt, how about it? Huh? I have 100. I need 110. Anybody for 110? I have $100 over here. Anybody at all for 110? I'll go 120 myself, because I do want those boards, as you know. So I'm going for 120. Anybody at all for 130? 130? Anybody for 130? We have 120, I need 130. Anybody at all? Going one. It's like my arch nemesis comes in last second.
Anybody who ever wants their bid to be recognized again, go for one.
130 over here. Anybody for 140? 140 at all? Anybody for 140? 130 going once? 130 going twice? Ian for 140. I warned you about that last time, Ian. I warned you about making me go through the motions. 140. I have 140. Anybody for 140? Yeah, 150. I have 140. I'm looking for 150. Anybody at all? I have 140 over here. I'm looking for 150. 140 going once. 140 going twice. 150 to me. 150. I have 160. Anybody for 160? Anybody at all for 160? I have 150. Do I have 160? Anybody for 160? 150 over here. Oh, who? Is you or me? Wait, no. 150 here. 160. 150 going once. 160 to Ian. It's going to torture me. Ian, I was only kidding about those things I said before. Remember at the booth? Remember? You know? They are true, of course, but you know. 160. Anybody for 170? I have 160. I'm looking for 170. God, I want to bid just so he doesn't get it. I have 160. I need 170. 160 going once. 160 going twice. Anybody at all? Last call. Sold.
Who is the one that brought up the Super Nintendo counter tester? Can you come up here for a second, please?
You're in trouble.
No, I'm stupid. It's not it.
We've identified this as a counterfeit. Sean is drunk already, as usual. I forgot to write down the important information.
It's this one, right? 7740? Yeah, that's it. Sorry about that.
Okay, Super NES counter tester. Jen's coming. Jen's coming down the aisle with it. There's no reserve. Plays Pong. I guess it tests something with an NES. Super NES.
It allows you to test the RF cord, the AV cord, and the power supply. I don't think there's a controller tester in that one. It's an official Nintendo product, yeah.
So Super NES counter tester. No reserve. Who'll give me $1 starting bid? Holy crap. $1 over here. Just give me 10. How much? 25. Let's jump to the chase here. 50 over there. I have 60. Anybody for 60? What? 75? 80. 100. I don't have to do any work. Go ahead, keep going. $100 I have over here. Anybody for 110? 120. What? 125? 150. Anybody for 170? I have 150. I'm looking for 170. What? 155. 165. Man, I'm deaf. I'm gonna get it up. 165. Anybody for 175? I have 165. I'm looking for 175. Anybody at all? I have 165 over here. I'm looking for 175. Anybody? I have 175 to Marty. Ever remember Marty? All right, Marty. 175. Do I have 185? I have 175 over here. I'm looking for 185. Anybody at all? 175 on the side. Looking for 185. I have 175 going once. I have 175 going twice. Anybody? Last call for 185. Sold. Does everyone know what that is? I almost can't even lift it. If anybody doesn't know what this is, let me explain real quick. We like to play games here at CGE. This is for charity. You don't know what's inside. Could be something really valuable, could be something really worthless. This is what we call the mystery box. Wow, hey, slow down. Now, if those of you who were here in 2007 and other years know that some people have spent big money and gotten very little, and others have spent decent amounts and gotten a lot. In the past, there's been incredibly rare items as magic cards, video lives, things of that nature. There's also been boxed common 2600 games. The only thing I will warn you is we did set the bar a little high in previous years, so I can assure you there's not going to be any tremendous, super rare, valuable thing. It's good stuff, but it's not going to be, you know, the same huge caliber as maybe in past years. But then again, I could be tricking you by saying that. No, I am serious though. I mean, you can only give away so many super rare things. So, I'm going to let Jen hold the mystery box, but of course she's not going to show it to anybody. She's going to stand here. So, who'll start me? Who said $50? 60 for mystery box. 75. $100 for the mystery box. Anybody? 125. Anybody? 200? 200 for the mystery box. Do I hear 210? I have 200. I'm looking for 210. Anybody for 210? I have $200 on the side. I'm looking for 210. Anybody 210? Well, you don't think the first mystery box can have good stuff? I have 200. I'm looking for 210. Anybody for 210? 210 at all. I have 200 going once. I have 200 going twice. Who's gonna take it from Hans? Oh, on the side, I have 210. Last minute bidder, 210. Anybody for 220? 220 to Hans. Back for 230? No? 230? No? 220 to Hans. Anybody at all? Mystery box number 1. Maybe it's the only one. We don't know. 220 over here. Going once. Twice. Sold. Now, take the man's box. Oh, Hans. Not yet. Not yet. Let me ask you a question, Hans.
Show that box.
Do you want to open that box? Or do you want the box that Jen has?
Yeah.
Do you want to see Jen's box? Do you want your box or do you want to get your hands on Jen's box? The choice is yours. No, you can't do anything. You can't touch it.
What do you guys think?
He's taking Jen's box. All right. It's a box.
I knew it.
$200. Kind of broke even. It wasn't too bad, right?
That's better than Nick last year. $20 for charity.
Now, who wants the box with the video life inside? This is now mystery box number 2. Who'll give me $50 for mystery box?
Got 200 over here.
How much? How about 100?
200.
How much?
200.
150 over here. Anybody for 160? 200 over there. Do I have 210?
220.
220? You don't have another box, do you, Jen? 220. Anybody for 230? 230 over here. Anybody for 240? I have 230. I'm looking for 240. Anybody at all for 240? 240 in the front. Anybody for 250? I have 240. I'm looking for 250. 240 over here. 250? 240 going once. 240 going twice. So, wow, 250. You going? That's like an Ian move. Last minute. 250 in the back. Anybody for 260? I have 250. I'm looking for 260. 250 going once. 250 going twice. How much? 270. I have $270 here. Anybody for 280?
Oh, there's a reserve of 300 on it.
Yeah, by the way, the mystery box has to be paid for right away. I'm at 270. Anybody for 280? Anybody at all for 280? I have 270 over here going once. I have 270 going twice. Sold. For
See if they'll trade it for the turkey.
Wait! Wait! Do you want what's behind the screen? I'm teasing, that's your box. Gotta pay for it though.
Chris, let's open it up. Open it. Open it.
You gotta pay now, before you look. Not allowed to look.
He's good for it.
Yeah, I know. I like to break his chops though. Yeah, where's the 300 you said?
That's coming.
Oh, well.
All right, let's see what we have here.
Here we go.
We have.
By the way, we gotta get out of here.
We have one. Oh, Super Challenge Baseball. Yeah! Seal! We have one Armor Ambush. So you've got two there. Space Attack, another network. Okay. Atari 5200 Defender. I know someone in this room who plays 5200.
5200, yeah.
Okay. What else we got? This is a $500 game. Atari 2600 Real Sports Tennis.
Yeah.
Okay, Atari 2600 Football. And Activision Commando. Hey. Oh, Commando. That's pretty good. So, Atari 2600 Miss Pac-Man.
What, there's more?
Okay, let's see, two more. Atari 5200 Dig Dive. And Atari 5200 Star Raiders.
I think there's one more.
Atari 5200 Kicks.
Now, wouldn't it be cool if we put a $100 bill in every box and re-shrink wrap them?
And a piece of cardboard. Yeah.
Let's hear it for Chris. For charity. We appreciate that. He's a good sport.
Feeling better, Hans?
Much better. Actually, it wasn't all that bad, you know?
Okay, next item up for charity was donated to us by, some of you may have seen the joysticks guy, the director, Graydon Clark is here. And he'll be showing the movie tomorrow if anybody wants to sit in here and watch it. And he'll be doing a little Q&A about the movie. He donated 3 signed cell sheets from the movie. All 3 are signed by him, and it's for charity. So let's start the bid. There's no reserve. How about we start the bid at $20? Anybody for $20? 30 over here. Anybody for 40? 40 over here. Anybody $50? $50 anyone? I have 40. I'm looking for 50. Anybody at all for 50? I have $40 for the 3 signed cell sheets. Anybody for 50? 50 at all? I have 40. I'm looking for 50. I have 40 going once for charity. 40 going twice. Anybody at all? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, they want to see him? All right. Now, who wants to give me 50? 40 going twice. Looking for 50. Sold. Thank you. Okay, the television Super Pro Decathlon box complete. Box is a little rough on the front. I'll let Jen bring it down and everybody can take a quick look if they want. There's no reserve on this item. Okay. Let's start it at $25. Anybody for 50 right away over here. Do I have 60? Anybody for 75? 75. Do I have 80? Anybody for $80? I have 75. I'm looking for 80. Anybody for $80? $80 to Ian. Do I have 90? Anybody for 90? 90 over here. Anybody for 100? I have $90, I'm looking for 100. Anybody at all for 100? I have 90, I'm looking for 100. Anybody give me $100? I have $90 over here. I have 90 going once. I have 90 going twice. Last call. Anybody for $100? Super Pro Decathlon. Sold.
Does anyone have a bottle opener?
$20.
What are your teeth for?
Somebody has to have a bottle opener. All right. Oh, Al to the rescue. Look at that. Beat you to it. Thank you, though. $5 off your next purchase, Al. Okay, for Super Nintendo, Chavez 2, sealed for the Super NES. There is a reserve, which I'll let you know when we get to it. Chavez 2, sealed for the SNES. Mint condition, looks great, no crushed box or anything. Horizontal seal on the back, shrink wrap. Okay, there is a reserve. Pull started at $25. $100 right off the bat. 110? I have 100 over here, I'm looking for 110. 110 over here, I'm looking for 120. 120 here, anybody for 130? 130. 130 over here, how about how much? 140. How about 150? Who will give me 150? Reserves now met. $150. Anybody give me 160? I have 150, I'm looking for 160. $150 over here. Will anybody give me 160? 160 over here. Do I have 170? Anybody for 170? I have 160, I'm looking for 170. 160 over here going once? Anybody at all? 160 going twice. Sold. Okay. I have a 3-pack of games. Frog Feast for the Jaguar, serial number 1 of 100. Frog Feast for Sega CD, and also for the Neo Geo CD. You have a card? All 3 titles sold together. No reserve. Starting bid is $1. 15, do I have 20? $20, anybody? I have 15, I'm looking for 20. 20 over here, do I have 30? I have 20, I'm looking for 30. Anybody at all for 30? 30 over here, do I have 40? I have $30, I'm looking for $40. Anybody give me $40? Anybody back over here? I have 30 over here, 40 in the front. Do I have 50? Anybody for $50? I have $40 here, I'm looking for 50. 50, right? Dude, you're sitting right next to the guy, come on. Don't you have any shame? $50, do I have 60? I have $50, I'm looking for 60. Anybody at all for $60? I have $50, I'm looking for $60. $50 going once. Anybody give me 60? $50 going twice? Anybody at all? Last call, $50. Sold. Okay, Atari 2600 game called Chunk Out. It's the only one made, 1 of 1, in that particular box. Thank you, sir. Check out that box. There's even a special puzzle inside the box. It's really nice. Nice product. I believe it was released at NWCG or Portland last year. There's no reserve on that. Who started at $20? 20 over here. 40 over here. 50? 50 over 60? 100 over here? How much? $200. $250? $250 over here. Anybody for $260? I have $250. I'm looking for $260. Anybody at all? I have $250. I'm looking for $260. Chunk out. 1 of 1. Custom box with the puzzle. I have $250. I'm looking for $260. Anybody back on this side for $260? I have $250 over here. $250 going once. Anybody at all? Anybody for $260? I have $250 going twice. In the back, $260. $275. $275. $300. $325. Nah. $325 in the front. Why bother, right? $325. Anybody at all for? Give me $330. Anybody for $330? I have $325 over here. $325 going once. Anybody at all? I have $325 going twice. Last call for $330. Sold. Okay. This is a pretty cool item, actually. If there's some Star Wars collectors here. Star Wars for the NES, boxed, complete. But as you can see, the cover is actually signed by all the actors. Darth Vader, the guy, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, R2-D2. Ooh-ah, the dancer. Biggs, the X-Wing pilot. There's a good 7, 8 signatures on this. I'm going to give this to Jen to bring it down. These are the actors from the original movie. I'm going to take a look at that. That's pretty cool. There is a reserve, though I think it's pretty modest. All right, boxed NES, if you're a Star Wars collector. Who'll start me off at $50? Anybody for 50? 50 over here. 100 right away. Do I have 120? Anybody for 120? I have 100, I'm looking for 120. Anybody for 120? I have $100, I'm looking for 120. 120 over here, I need 130. Anybody for 130? 130 over here, I'm looking for 140. Who'll give me 140? There is a reserve. I have 140 in the back, I need 150. Anybody for 150? We're at $140, who'll give me 150? Anybody at all for 150? I have 140, I'm looking for 150. Reserve's not met. 140 going once, it's going to sell to the house. What's that?
David Krause, Peter Mayhew, Jeremy Fulla, Kenny Baker, Ken Connolly, Benny Taylor, and Biss the X-Wing pilot.
Sean Kelly.
John Hardy, Sean Kelly, Joe Santoli. So I'm at 140. Reserve's not met. I need 150. Anybody for 150? 140 going once. 140 going twice. Sold. 150? Still not met. Reserve is 200. Anybody give me 200 for it? I'm at 150 going once, 150 going twice. Sold to the book. All right, there's another interesting object that caught my eye. For the Turbo Duo, the Local Girls of Hawaii. Now, I don't think this is really a game, but more of a slideshow type item. It might use a joystick. The Local Girls of Hawaii. Ah, good old days. So, reserve, small reserve is not too bad. I guess if you're a big turbo collector, this is a pretty good item. Who started at $10? 30 over here. Anybody for 40? I have 30, I'm looking for 40. Anybody at all? I have 40 over here, I'm looking for 50. Who'll give me $50? I have 40 over here, I'm looking for 50. Daryl? 50? Now you good? That's it? One shot? You blew your wad in one shot? In the back, $50 in the back. Who'll give me $75? Anybody? $75. I have $50 in the back. I'm looking for $75. Hint, hint. I'm looking for $75 on this reserve auction. Anybody at all for $75? I have 50 in the back. 75? Yes? No? I'm still at $50, looking for 75. 75 in the back. All right, reserve is met. Anybody at all? 85? I have 75 over here, I'm looking for 85. 75 going once. 75 going twice. Sold. Now this is a great item for charity you don't want to miss. A boxed Vectrex. With 19 complete boxed games. It was donated to charity by a good friend of ours, so Jen, you want to maybe I can get to some of these games. Polar Rescue, Star Castle, Web Wars, Rip-Off, Fortress of Narzard, Hyper Chase, Heads Up Soccer, Cosmic Chasm, Clean Sweep, Berserk, Blitz, Bedlam, Armor Attack, Solar Quest, Spike, Spinball, Starhawk, Star Trek, Scramble. Yes, and the Girls of Hawaii in Vector. Good times. All right. So,
John,
pretty good.
Overlays and instructions?
Everything. Complete. Inbox. All right. There is a reserve, but for this it's pretty good. Who started starting bid at $100? I'm over it. 400. Let's start there. As I'm talking, and reserve is met. $400. Who'll give me $450? Anybody for $450? $450 in the back. Do I have $500? Anybody for $500 for the box Vectrex and 19 games? I have $450. I'm looking for $500. Anybody at all for $500? Not too much? How about $460? Let's come back a little bit. $460. I have $450. I'm looking for $460. $460 over here. Do I have $470? It is for charity. I have $460. I'm looking for $470. Anybody at all?
Don't worry about shipping. We can ship
We can ship it. How about that offer? We can ship it to you. I have 460, I'm looking for 470. Anybody in the back? Anybody? Al? No? I have 460, I'm looking for 470. I have 460 complete box Vectrex and 19 complete box games. 460 going once. 460 going twice.
475.
Wow, last minute call, 475. Who'll give me 480? Anybody for 480? 480 right in front of him. 490. 490 over here. How about 500? 500 in the front. There we go. How about 510? A little bit more? Just a little? Do I need to send Jen over to help persuade you? No? I have 500. I'm looking for 510. Anybody? Anybody over here want to jump in? I have 500 going once. I have 500 going twice. Anybody at all? Sold. For charity. Thank you.
Hey, John, how about one of those Coronas?
You don't have enough money.
I don't know.
We'll get to that. I need people to start working up a sweat, and then we, get more money for it that way. What's that? 500. Turbo Duo coming down. It's region modded, so it'll play both cards and CD. Okay, Jen just has the system, the power and everything is up here. Turbo Duo region modded, plays cards and CDs. There is a reserve. No pictures, Ian. You gotta pay. Come on. After you win, you can take your picture. All right. There is a reserve. I'll let you know when we get to it. Who'll start me at $50? Anybody $50? 50 over here. Do I have a... Up? 100. Anybody? 150. Do I have 200? Anybody for 200? I have 150 over here. I'm looking for 200. We have a reserve on it. I have 150. I'm looking for 200. Anybody? 150. I have 150. I'm looking for 200. Anybody on this side? Region modded. Turbo Duo. Come on. 150 looking for 200. 200 up here. Do I have 250? Anybody for 250? I have 200. I'm looking for 250. Anybody at all? I have 200. I'm looking for 250. I have 200 going once. Reserve is not met. I have it going twice. Sold to the book. Okay. Bounty Bob Strikes Back. My favorite game. Literally, if you ask me, this is my favorite game of all time. No, this is for the ultra rare Atari 5200 version.
Is it the red one?
Mint in the box. You're right. It was sold with the additional cartridge. And where's our person here? Just Bounty Bob. Just Bounty Bob.
Joe, is it the red one?
Yeah, no, I'm just selling you the box now. I kept the game myself. No, I know because there was someone at one of the other shows just selling boxes. No, this is the whole game. Instructions complete. You go, Jen. There is a reserve, all right? If those of you that know the 5200 version, complete in a box, where the box actually says 5200, one of the rarest out there. Okay, who'll start the bidding at $100? 300. Right away, 300. I need 350. Anybody for 350? I have 300. I'm looking for 350. Anybody at all for 350? 350 in the back. Who'll give me $400? I have 350. I'm looking for 400. Back to the front here. Anybody for 400? I have 350. I'm looking for 4. There is a reserve. 350. I'm looking for 4. Wink, wink. Yeah. 350. I'm looking for 400. Anybody got $400? 400. Reserve is now met. All right. Who'll give me 410? Anybody for 410? I have 400, I'm looking for 410. It's a beautiful specimen up front here. Take a good look at it. All right? I have 400, I'm looking for 410. Anybody at all? I have 400 going once. I have 400 going twice. Last call, who'll give me in the back for 410? Who'll give me 420? 420 in the front, let's get going guys. 430? 430 in the back. 440. Who'll give me 450? I have 440, I'm looking for 450. 440 over here. Anybody at all? I have 440 going once. I have 440 going twice. Anybody? 450 in the back. 460, what? Oh, I thought you were saying 5. 475. 475, I mean you halfway. 475 over here. Who'll give me 480? Anybody at all? I have 475, I'm looking for 480. 475, I have 475 going once. I have 475 going twice. Last call. Anybody? Sold. Thank you. By the way, Hans, that was the best Corona I ever had in my life.
What, you had that one already?
No, the other 4.
Okay. The best 4 you ever had.
Okay. Look at this! Could it be? No, it's not quite. What this is the Commodore 64 version that somebody had. The interesting thing is, even though the C64 version inside, the box is actually the Atari 5200 box, and it had a sticker over it. What's that? Disc. It's the same box and the same manual. I guess the box and the manual, well, I know the box does. The manual says 5200 on it also. Get the old heat gun out, get that sticker off. Bring it over to your shop and your favorite game store, let them shrink wrap it. There is a reserve. Remember, it is a C64, but those of you that know, the box itself, just without anything, a couple of years ago sold pretty high. They were selling here at CGE when we were in California. So there's a reserve. Let's start it at $100. Anybody for $100? 100 over here. Does anyone give me 110? 110 over here. I got to jump it up a little higher to get to this reserve. I need 130. Anybody for 130? I have 110. I'm looking for 130. 110 over here. I'm looking for 130. 110. I'm looking for 130. Anybody at all for 130? 130 over here. Let's go to 150. I need 150. I have 130. I'm looking for 150. I have 130 over here. I'm looking for 150. 130 for going once. Reserve's not met. Anybody? I have 130 going twice. 150? We're still going though. The reserve's a little way off. I don't get too crazy, but 150, I'm looking for 170. Anybody for 170? 170 next to him. I'll tell you the reserve because I see where it's going. Reserve is listed as 275. 275, all right. Very nice. Will anybody go 280? 275, nothing but crickets. 275 going once. 275 going twice. Ow! For oh sorry, no. 275 sold. Very nice. is complicated. Hans, you better get yourself a beer. It's gonna be a little complicated. Our good friend Hans provides the best CGE coverage out there, so let's have a hand. He's videoing the auction for us and everything. No, Hans, what are you doing? No, it's $100, not 20.
Okay, this board is it's a Super Nintendo. It's the first prototype DSP board. It's got some sort of a demo ROM on it. It's thought to be the only one in existence.
Can you please repeat the description?
Repeat the description.
It's a Super Nintendo prototype board. It's supposed to be the first DSP-1 prototype board. It has some sort of a demo ROM on there. We haven't played it, obviously, so it plays some sort of a demo, and it's thought to be the only one in existence. It does come with some sort of documentation, like DSP documentation.
It's the full manual for the chip.
The full manual for the chip.
Everything. Every register says everything.
Everything you want to know about DSPs.
Okay. Sounds like a cool item. There is a reserve. Okay. Let's start bidding at $50. 50 over here. Do I have 75? I have 50. I'm looking for 75. 75 over here. I'm looking for 100. 100 over here. 125, please. Who'll give me 125? I have 100. I'm looking for 125. 125 over here. Who'll give me 150? 150 in the front. I need 175. 150. I'm looking for 175. 150 in the front. Reserves not met. Do I have 175? Anybody? 175 over here. Who'll give me 200? $200 I'm looking for. I have 175. I'm looking for 200. Only 200 in the front. Demo board. Only one in existence. I have 200. I'm looking for 225. Anybody for 225? I have 200. I'm looking for 225. Back over here. 225. I have 200 over here. I'm looking for 225. Anybody at all? I have 200 going once. Reserves not met. I'm looking for 225. I have reserve over here. Nope. Reserves not met. The hell am I saying?
Have a beer.
Oh, hold on. Let me recharge. Grab it. Reserve. 300. Come on, you can do it. No, after all that. Jen, you just show them. Make sure he gets an eyeful of what's for. Come on, you can do it. Manual and everything. What's that? $300. Let's give him a hand. Reserve is met. Anybody for 310? 300 going once. 300 going twice. Sold. Okay. Up next is this nice box. I can actually tell you a little bit about this box. No, there is no question marks. It's not a mystery box. What this is, it's a pretty rare 2600 cartridge copier. Okay? And the reason I know what it is because my partner and I are ones who found these in a little town, Laredo, on the border of Mexico. True story. Before we found these, we had never heard, I don't think anybody has heard of them before. All right? It's sealed, so you can't really see inside. You can, we can open it if the bidder wants to, or if it comes to that, but it's, actually, Rick, you have one. How much?
200.
Guess it doesn't matter. So it comes with this board, okay, and a cartridge shell that goes together with the EEPROM burn. You know, I say EEPROM, but it'll burn EEPROMs, but also it's a cart copier for 2600. Okay.
It's not the standard copy card.
It's not. I guarantee you haven't seen one of these. All right. Brand new in the box. Starting bid doesn't matter. Reserve doesn't matter. We have a bid of 200. Do I have how much? 225 over here. Do I have 250? 250 in the front. Do I have 275? 300 over here. Do I have 3 1/4? Anybody for 3 1/4? Anybody at all? I have 300. I'm looking for 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Anybody for 3 1/4? I have 300. Looking for 3 1/4. Anybody at all? 300 over here. Going once. Anybody going for 325? 325 in the back. Do I have 350? 350 in the front. 375. 400? I have 375 in the back. I'm looking for 4. Anybody for 400? I have 375 in the back. Who'll give me 400? I have 375 going once. 375 going twice. 400. 400.
Nice.
It was the pose, right? 400 in front. Who'll give me 4 1/4? 4 1/4 in the back. 450. 475. Who'll give me 500? 500 in the front. Yeah? 5 1/4. 550. You guys want to come up and just duke it right out? I got 550. Wow, it's quick to the street. 550, I'm looking for 575. Who'll do better than 550? I have 550 in the front. Looking for 575. Ultra rare, Atari 2600 card copier. 550. 575 in the back. Who'll give me 600? I have 575, I'm looking for 600. Anybody for, you can jump in anytime. 575, I'm looking for 6. You gonna take it from me like that? 575, going once. $600. Don't take that. Come on, 625. I have 600. Look at this. He's challenging. He's calling you out. You want some of me? Come on, here. $600. Do I have 6 1/4? Anybody at all for 6 1/4? 600 going once. Anybody? 600 going twice. Last chance. And looking for 6 1/4. Sold. Vidco copy card. Oh, I'm sorry. Just kidding. What we got? PS3. What the hell are we doing with PS3? What the hell? We don't do that. All right. PS3. I guess if somebody wants to play PS3, they can bid on this.
So a little bit of a story. The game's only available for download, so I guess this is the only disc copy. Also, obviously, you would have to have a modified PS3 to play it, or a test unit.
It's a Mega Man 9 beta. Only plays on test unit.
That's a classic game.
Or a dev kit.
Or a dev kit. I hear oohs and ahs, so I guess you guys know that. I don't know what the hell it is personally. Where's Mega Man 9 for the 2600? Mega Man 9. We got Halo. How cool is that? So, all right, PS3, Mega Man 9 beta. I guess it's a modest reserve. So I'll let you know when we get there. Let's start bidding at $30. How much? 40. 50.
75.
75. Who gives me 100? 100? 100 over there. Reserves now met. 1 1/4. Anybody? Looking for 1 1/4. I have 100. I'm looking for 1 1/4. I have $100 over here. Ian, give me 100 1/4. Oh, Ian. Hey, I'm talking to you. Come on. 1 1/4. What's that? Oh, he's There is no hope for you. You're just shameless. $100. All right, let's give it 5 minutes for Ian to look it up on eBay. I have $100. Who's giving me 110? All right.
This phone's from the 80s.
Ian's phone's on dial.
Yeah. I have $100 over here. Give me 110. Who's giving me 110? Anybody? I have 100 going once.
110.
110 over here. Who's giving me 120?
Is it that much on eBay?
120 in the back. I have 130. I have 120. I'm looking for 130. Anybody for 130? I have 120 in the back going once. I have 120 in the back going twice. Last call for 130. Sold. Hey, on another note, now does everybody know Marty? I'm calling him out. Remember little Marty who used to run around? Yeah. Over here, the little guy collecting names.
Come on, Marty, stand up.
Stand up, Marty, come on. Remember Marty? So, we talked a lot this weekend about the passion and games. Marty is definitely one of the most passionate people and dedicated, but I do want to, he'll probably get mad at me, but I want to acknowledge that Marty is now engaged to Tara. Congratulations to both of them. What'd you say? Don't do it?
Even Rick. Yeah, Rick too. Yeah, what about Rick? What about Rick? Rick got engaged too.
Yeah. Another one bites the dust.
It's contagious.
I'm glad when people get married and they can suffer like I do. So, my wife's not here this year, so. Nope. Yeah, no video. Hey, Hans, I don't want to see any unmarked packages. So. Okay, so here, this was donated to charity. We don't know what's on these. They're 2 SNES EEPROM boards. They have chips. I don't know if there's anything on them. You know?
Unlike the other EEPROM boards, there's no reason to believe that these don't work. They've just never been plugged in. So
they were just given to us to put in the auction. On the back of them, there's a label that says New World Computing Inc. So, yeah, Ventura Boulevard, Suite 200, Woodland Hills, California. Yeah. Again, this was donated to us for the charity. So, there's no reserve. Take a look as Jen comes down.
CD-ROM myself. Or CD-ROM is only $50. Lots of PS3 was
Okay, no reserve. And it's for charity. Who started at $10? 50 over front. 100. That's what I like to hear. Save me a lot of.
Sold!
125. That was my super acknowledgement. 125 up front. I almost passed out. Anybody for 150? I have 125. I have 150 over here. Who'll give me 160? 150. I'm looking for 160. Anybody for 160? I have 150 in the front. Who's giving me 160? 150 over here going once. Do I have anybody for 160? 150 going twice. Last call for 160. 160. Back to you. 170. 160 in the front. Anybody at all for 170? Come on. This is Sean Kelly, man. Take him. He dares you. 160 going once. 160 going twice. Last call. Sold. NES controllers, brand new in the box, contains 2. Sealed, shrink wrapped, horizontal seal in the back. Sealed original NES controllers, mint in box. No reserve. Who'll start the bidding at $10? 25.
50.
50. Joke to you. Sorry. How much? 100? Come on. I took a shot, you know? I got 50. Who's giving me 60? 60 over here. How about 70? Anybody for 70? I have $60 looking for 70. Anybody for $70? I have 60 over here going once. Anybody? Let's do it quick. $70? Anybody? I have $60 over here. Anybody at all? I have $60 going twice.
65.
Wow. Chinson. I gotta take it though. 65. Come on, $70. What's $5? You're gonna let them beat you by $5? 65 going once. Anybody for $70? 2 controllers. 65. I'm looking for 70. 65 going once. 65 going twice. Sold. Da, 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 da. Mystery box number 3. This might be the last one. May not be. I'll let Jen hold it. For the right price, you can hold Jen. I gotta ease up. Sorry. Mystery box number 3. It's the beer. Could be good, could be bad. Who'll start the bidding at $30? 100. Anybody for 120? I have 100, I'm looking for 120. 150 in the back. Anybody for 175? 175? I have 175 over here, looking for 200. 200? I have 200, looking for 2 1/4.
There's yours, Hans.
How much? 225 over here. Anybody for 250? 250 over here, looking for 275. Anybody for 275? I have 250, I'm looking for 275. Could this be the one? 250, looking for 275. What's that?
How many comments will fit in that box?
I can fit a lot. I can fit a lot in that box. I have 250, 275. I didn't. Look. You got a dirty mind.
You people should be ashamed of you.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? I'm only been drooling all night. Yeah, 250. I'm looking for 275. Anybody for 275? How much? 275. Hey, who's giving me 300? Anybody for 300? The mystery box for charity. 275, I'm looking for 300. Anybody at all for 300? Matt? Oh, sorry. I saw you go like this. That was the code, you know. I have 275, I'm looking for 300. Anybody? 300 in the back. That's what I like to see for charity. 3 1/4. I have 300, I'm looking for 3 1/4 next to them. You guys are right there. Go ahead and just duke it out, you know? I have 3 1/4, looking for 350. Who's giving me $350 for the mystery box?
What charity?
Yeah, what charity? And what's in it?
The Corona charity. It all goes towards the charity with Tim Arnold, we talked about earlier, the Pinball Hall of Fame, Las Vegas Salvation Army.
Just to give you something to think about, the building cost us about $160 a square foot. So if you want to think of $325 gets you about that much floor space on the Pinball Hall of Fame.
Run from the end.
Get your name and Greece.
What the hell did you bid? How much? I lost my train of thought after that. I can't stop like I used to, you know. So I'm at 325. Who's going for 350? 350. Anybody for 350? I have 325. I'm looking for 350. I have 325 going once. Anybody at all? I have 325 going twice. What you? 325. I was pointing to him, but 350? 350 in the front. Who's giving me 375? I have 350 over here. I'm looking for 375. Anybody at all? 350 in the front. I'm looking for 375. 350 going once. 375 in the back. Who's giving me $400 for the mystery box? I have 375. I'm looking for 4. Anybody for 4? 4 in the front. I'm looking for 425. 425 to the back. I have 400 in the front. I'm looking for 425. Jump in anytime. Looking for 425. I have 425 over here. I'm looking for 450. New bidder. 425. I'm looking for 450. Who's giving me 450? I'm at 425 over here. Who's going to give me 450? 450? 450. What's that?
How about a beer?
Jen's not mine to throw, you know?
Throw Corona in.
That always works.
A nice cold one.
Alright, I'll throw in ice cold Corona.
Nice.
I have 425, I'm looking for 450. Who's giving me 450? I have 425 over there, going once. I have 425 going twice, last call. 450? 450 in the back for charity.
The beer does it every time.
That's great.
Guaranteed.
It's gotta be good.
450 in the back. Anybody at all for 475? 450 in the front. 475. Wow. What's that? Dude, don't get insane. Come on. What the hell am I gonna do? I'm at 475 with a beer. 1 beer and a lime. Yeah, lime? 475 with the beer and the lime. Anybody for 500? 500, anybody? I have 475. Going once. 475 going twice. There's 500 in the back for charity. What's that? All right, $500. Anybody giving me 5 1/4? Anybody at all? I have $500 for mystery box number 3. Plus the beer, plus the lime. Going once. Who's giving me 5 1/4? Going twice. Sold. You want to come up and check out the box?
Oh my God!
Oh. Yeah, do we trust this guy or what? Gotta pay for the item? Yeah, let's charge him first. Because we know there's nothing in that box. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you got a beer.
Joe, lick the top so he won't want it.
He's got to go to the ATM. We'll open it up when he gets back.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
We'll give you the beer to quench your thirst.
This was the box that I had to exchange on this week. She was carrying that on the ground. No, the beer was and then
I didn't hear him, sorry. I'm tuned in. That's all right. That's all right. Joe picked his pocket. Okay. All right. So next item up is an NES Frankenstein proto and a Genesis proto, but we don't know what it is. It's just the 4 chips for the Genesis game. Unknown proto. What's that? Bonus. No reserve. Take a quick look. Starting bid is $1. 100, that's what I like to hear. Who gives me 110? Anybody for 110? I have 100. 110 in the front, who's giving me 120? 120 back over here, anybody for 130? 130 here, 140? I have 130 looking for 140. 140? 150 to Al, finally Al comes through. Al for 150, anybody for 160? 160 in the front, back to you Al for 170. 170 to Al, 180? I have 170, I'm looking for 180. Anybody for 180? Don't mess with Al. I have 170, I'm looking for 180. 170 going once, who's giving me 180? I have 170 over here going twice. This last call, who's giving me 180? Sold to Al. Tooth protectors. Little slight bubble in the label, but it's in good shape. Jen will bring it down. There is a reserve on this. Not that bad. Who's going to start the bidding? Take a look. Tooth protectors, loose cartridge, decent label, slight bubbling. Who's going to start it at $20?
40 bucks.
40 bucks in the front. Who's giving me 50? 50 over here for 60. Anybody for 60? 60 over here to Mickey. Anybody for 70? Who's giving me 70? I have 60. I'm looking for 70. $70 over here. I'm looking for 80. Who's giving me $80? I have 70. I'm looking for 80. I have $70 here, looking for 80. Anybody at all for $80? We're at $70. There's a reserve. I'm looking for 80. Anybody got 80 in the front? Who's giving me 90? Anybody at all for 90? I'm at 80. I'm looking for 90. Anybody giving me $90? I have $80. I'm looking for 90. Anybody at all? I have reserves not met. I have 80 going once. Who's going to give me 100? Hint, wink. Anybody for 100? 100, 100. Nope. All right. Going to sell it to the book. Going once, twice. Sold to the book.
What is that?
Wow. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to get a little help on this one.
Joe.
Beautiful box that says Portland Retro Gaming Expo, September 18th and 19th this year, 2010, in Portland, Oregon.
John, why don't you stand up and help us out?
Yeah. So this auction is for a booth at our show. Free booth.
Free booth at the show.
What's regular booth cost?
$1,200.
Also has a 10% off coupon at several of our affiliated booths.
Okay.
Members.
I mean, is there like a car? Is there anything in here? Cartridge?
Yeah, there's one. I did an Nuts and Bolts video game collecting video, and I threw it in.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. I'll throw in a 6-pack of a Northwest Microbrew.
A who? Beer. Beer. Oh, beer. Oh, I'm sorry. Beer.
Northwest Microbrew.
Northwest. All right. So you get a free booth, you get 10% off, and you get free beer. What more could you possibly want?
Who's in the booth?
What?
Who's in the booth?
Who? You. You're in the booth. You go. This is for you. All right. There's no reserve. Starting bid's $1. Jose, what are you giving me? Oh. What?
The 6-pack is worth more than that.
$100. Now, what are you giving me? Now we're at $10 increments. Who's giving me $110? I have $100. 110 over here. Who's giving me $120? Anybody for $120? I have 110. I'm looking for $120. $120?
Can I see the box?
It's the booth. Quick, Jen. Show them the box.
Run. 150.
I'm at 110. I'm looking for 120. What's that? 120 over here. 130. I'm at 130. I'm looking for 140. I have 130. I'm looking for 140. Who's gonna be 140 over here? Who's giving me 150? Back to 150. 160. Who's giving me 170? I'm at 160. I'm looking for 170. 170. Anybody for 170? I have 160 over here going once. I have 160 going twice. Who's giving me 170? Anybody? Last call. Sold.
No reindeer beer. Well, it might be worse than this. Oh, really? Exactly. That made it taste twice as good, twice as bad. Oh, yeah, neck and jacks. Yeah, I'll make some neck and jacks.
This is for charity. Hey, Jen. Oh, wait. Hold the presses. Mystery Box Man is back. What do we have?
Jesus, it's horrifying. Another box. Tight clip.
I got a video game history museum. What is that?
That's a paperweight.
Survival Island for the Star Pass Superstar.
Ooh.
Sort of.
Saros. Yeah. Another rare one.
I needed some headphones.
Headphones.
Oh, and they go with a.
Oh, an iPod to go with it. Pink, of course. Maroon, yeah.
video reflex and a video jogger.
Video reflex and jogger set.
I got this thing too.
Bernstein Bears! Holy crap! The last one! The last Bernstein Bears. Wow. All around a good deal. What's the matter, Jen? Go ahead, Jen. Walk down the aisle. An Atari Touch Me. Don't take that literally. This was donated to charity. It's an Atari Touch Me. It's boxed in great condition.
The Simon knockoff, isn't it? Or,
Yeah.
actually, Simon
Simon's
was a
better.
knockoff. Simon was a
Ralph
knockoff
Baer
of this one.
tested sounds that he researched sounds that sound.
He said that.
All right. No reserve.
This one. Yeah.
Who'll start the bidding at $1? 50. Remember, Jen doesn't come with this. All right. $50. Who's going to give me $60? I have 50. I'm looking for 60. Anybody for 60? I have $50 over here for a box Touch Me rare Atari handheld. $50. Who's giving me $60? Anybody at all for 60? I have 50 over here. Who's giving me 60? Anybody at all for 60? All right, Jen, take another walk down, all right? No, $50 over here. Who's giving me 60? Anybody at all? I have 50 going once. I have 50 going twice. Last call, last chance to touch me. Sold.
I never really played one. Do you have one?
Bouncing baby bunnies. By Telesis.
There you go, Ian.
Collector's edition. Only 50 made. This is the one with a custom shell. Actual Telesis shell.
Handle card.
Handle card. Nice. These are sold out. It's in a protective cover. There's no reserve. Take a quick look. Again, no reserve. Start the bidding at $50. 50 in the front. Who's giving me 60 over here? Who's giving me 70? Anybody? 70 over here? Do I have 80? 80 over here? 90? 90 over here? Give me 100. Anybody for 100? 100 over here. Who's giving me 110? Anybody for 110? I have 100. I'm looking for 110. 110? I have 100. I'm looking for 110. Anybody at all for 110? I have $100 over here. $100 going once. $100 going twice. Last call. Who's giving me 110? Sold. Okay, all you Odyssey collectors. These are Brazilian Odyssey games, right? Commando Noturno and Clay Pigeon. In the box, complete. Jen? We're going to sell them as a set. There is a reserve. These are rare games. who's going to start the bidding at $40. 40 right away in the front. Who's giving me 50? Anybody for 50? 50 over here, 60? 60 over here. Anybody for 70? I have 70 in the front. 80? 80 over here. Reserves now met. Anybody at all? I have 90, I have 80, I'm looking for 90. Anybody give me 90? I have $80 over here. Over here for 90? Anybody for 90? $80 over here. 90? $80 going once. Anybody? 90 in the front to Ian. After he checks eBay. All right, 90. Who's giving me $100 over here? I have 100. Who's giving me 110? Anybody at all for 110? 110 to Ian. They must be valuable. 110. Who's giving me 120? Anybody at all for 120 behind them? Anybody for 130? Anybody at all for 130? I have 120, I'm looking for 130. 120 over here, looking for 130. 120 going once. 120 going twice. In the back for 130, new bidder. Anybody for 140? I have 130, I'm looking for 140. $130 in the back going once. Anybody for 140? I have $130 going twice. Anybody for 140? Last call. Sold in the back. All right. We're starting our 6th hour of the auction now. Hello Kitty. Xbox.
This was at the Portland show.
I'm assuming this is complete in the box? Brand new? Joe?
There are about 500 million reasons to buy this if you're a collector. Gerald, help us out.
So it was released only in Singapore. There's 550 of them in the world. The only way that you could get it is if you bought a multi-$1,000 television at one particular retailer. You then had an option to buy that for $99. So there's like very few of them, really very few of them in America. That one is pretty much complete. I doubt it's ever been powered on, but it has been opened, so I can't say that it's new. The game inside the box was Hello Kitty Controller or something or other. And yeah, so I just have I live in the Microsoft area.
Cut him off, cut him off.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right back. Who gave us this stupid bottle opener? Yeah, it's not a real bottle opener.
Do you need instructions?
Oh, it's like, where's the key?
You're supposed to use your teeth. Just do it at the tables.
Drink it.
Drop some, sorry. Holy crap.
I guess we're not coming back.
It's all Al's fault. Ask for a bottle opening and give me a nail file. What is that? All right. How much for the kitty? Hello Kitty Xbox. There is a reserve. It is a valuable item. We're going to start the bidding at $400. Right away to 400. Who's giving me 500? Anybody for 500? We have $400. 500 to Ian. I'm looking for 6. We're bidding high. I have 500. I'm looking for 6. Anybody for 600? I have $500. I have $600. I'm looking for 7. Anybody for 7? Anybody over here? I'm at $600 for Hello Kitty. Anybody for 7? Ian, can you pay attention, please? He's having like a whole conversation. Oh, they're trying to figure out. $600. Who's giving me 700? 7? Anybody for 7? Reserves not met. 700, but reserves not met. Who's giving me $800 for this? We're at 700. I'm looking for 8.
750.
You should give me the 8. Hint, wink, yeah. I'm looking for 8. Anybody at all? I'm at $700. I'm taking it slow. I'll tell you what, Hans, I'll give you the 750. Who's giving me 8? Anybody at all for $800 to take home Hello Kitty? Please don't ever do that again. All right? $750. All I need is $800. Who's giving me $800? Back over here. Anybody? Reserves not met. $750 going once.
What's $50, Hans?
Come on,
I'll give you a beer.
That's a good question. I did give you a beer.
I gave you $20 for that.
That's it?
Plus there's mystery boxes
You
coming.
made $200.
Yeah.
I still have to pay for that one.
$750 going once, reserve not met. I need 800. Reserve is almost there. Going twice.
Any chance we might lower the reserve $50 there?
I'll lower the reserve.
Okay.
Reserve bet.
Sold! Very nice. We can always do business at CGE. Wow. Some hot items tonight. This is Intellivision Crosswords 3. Original cassette for the computer. It's sealed. Lionel, 1899. Wow. Take that, Jen. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to see that. Intellivision Crosswords 3 for the computer module. It is sealed. It's in a protective plastic cover. There is a reserve on this, but I think it's pretty reasonable, to be honest with you. All right? Starting bid is, who's giving me $50? 100 in the front. How much? Reserves met. 300. Who's giving me 3 1/4? 3 1/4 here. Who's giving me 350? Anybody for 350? I have 3 1/4. I'm looking for 350. 350 over here. Who's giving me 375? I have 350. I'm looking for 375. 375 right there. Anybody for 400? Looking for $400. I have 375. Anybody at all? Anybody in the back over here for 400? I need 4 1/4. I have 400 over here. 4 1/4 over here. Back to you for 450. I have 450. $500. Who's giving me 5 1/4? I'm at 5. I'm looking for 5 1/4. Anybody at all for 5 1/4? 500 over here. Looking for 5 1/4. Mick? Yeah. 500. Going once. 5 1/4 over here. Who's giving me 550? 550 over here without hesitation. 575. 550 over here. Anybody want to jump in? 550. Going once. 550 going twice. Last call at all. Sold. Just to give you a heads up, we got about 10 items left. All right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is an Intellivision banner that was used in the Blue Sky Rangers booth in television at various shows. It's a little rough condition. The thing with it is, it's for charity. It was given to us for charity. Tomorrow morning, first thing, the first keynote is the Intellivision panel. I think there's 9, maybe 10 Intellivision programmers here. And you bring this to their keynote and all of them will sign it for you.
So is that from the 80s?
No. No. This is a modern banner that they made, but it's, yeah. They'll sign it, nice for your game room or something like that, all right? It is for charity, there is no reserve. Who'll give me $20? Anybody? 20 over here, and I have 30. Anybody for $30 in the front here? Anybody for 40? I have 30, I'm looking for 40. I have $30 here, here's 40. I'm looking for 50. Anybody giving me $50? I have 40 in the front, I'm looking for 50. Anybody at all for $50? $40 over here. Anybody over here for 50? I have 40, I'm looking for 50. $40 going once. 50 over here, I'm sorry, I couldn't see you. $50 there, looking for 60. Anybody for 60? I have 50, I'm looking for 60. 60 over here, back to you for 70? I have 60, I'm looking for 70. $60 here. Anybody for 70? I have $60 going once. I have $60 going twice. $70 right there. Looking for 80. I have $70. This is for charity. Looking for $80. I have $70. I'm looking for 80. Anybody? I have $70 going once.
Can you ship?
$70 going twice?
Can you ship that out?
We can't ship it, but you may be able to arrange with some local people here that will ship it to you.
I'll just ship it here.
Tim will ship it to you.
I got tubes, I got postage.
80? $80. Anybody for 90? Anybody at all for $90? I have $80, I'm looking for 90. $80 over here, looking for 90. Anybody at all for 90? $80 going once. $80 going twice. Anybody at all, last call? Sold. Okay, original boxed NES ice hockey. Sealed with the horizontal seal on the back, factory. There is no reserve on it. Ice hockey for the NES seal. Who'll start the bidding at $10. Anybody for $10? 10 over here, do I have 20? Anybody for 20? 20 over here, do I have 30? Anybody for 30? I have $20 over here. Who's giving me $30? Sealed NES ice hockey. $20, I'm looking for 30. Anybody at all for $30? Anybody at all for $30? Wow, shot my load, that was quick. All right, $20 looking for 30. Anybody for 30? Way in the back, I have $30. Can you do some jumper jacks? $30. Who's giving me $40? I have 30 in the back, I'm looking for 40. Anybody at all for $40? $30 in the back. $30 going once. $30 going twice. Last call. Sold. Okay, this is something called a Flash Boy, Nintendo Virtual Boy USB flash cartridge. boxed, comes with a cable. Can you tell us a little more about it?
So the purpose of the Splash Boy is the same thing as you might have seen Richard Hutchinson and Chris over at VR32.de had worked together to create this flash card. This allows you to load any of the Virtual Boy games on it and run. So for many of the games, a lot of you people in here won't even have the chance to run them since they're many a few homebrew games out there. But hook it up to the PC with a USB cable. There's software in it. There's a loader on it. And there's still supporting a loader and all that. So if it supports anything, it's updated. But there's no problem in using this to load any of the games that you can find around the store that are out there right now, including the demos that weren't. Well, there's not many that I know of parts that were for the demos that were made for the show.
Okay, Flash Boy cartridge. Take a look, nice box. Reserve, there is a reserve. Let's start the bidding at $50. Right away, 50, 80 over here. Anybody for 100? 100 over here. We're looking for, I have a reserve. No, I'm at 100 already. Come on. All right, you're trying to screw me up now. 140? 140, I need 150. 150, reserves now met. Who's giving me 160? 160 over here, looking for 170. I'm at 160, I'm looking for 170. Anybody for 170? I have $160, I'm looking for 170. Anybody, Jose? Oh, sorry, scratch your head, yeah. Looking for 170, I got 160, I'm looking for 170. Anybody at all? Going once. Going twice, last call. Sold. NES collectors, where are you? Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Sealed and graded in some kind of... How would you even know that? 85. I don't know what that exactly means. Okay, thanks. 85 NM Plus, near Mint Plus, I guess uncirculated, 1988 Nintendo NES Silver Nintendo Seal, Zelda 2 Adventures of Link. Okay. Take a look as it comes down. I've never seen that before, to be honest with you. I guess that's what they call it, slabbed or something? I don't know. Slab, right? So, no reserve. Who's starting the bidding at $25? 20, how much? 50. 50. Anybody for 60? 60 over here. 75 over here. Do I have 100? 100 in the front. Who's giving me 110? Anybody for 110? I have 100. I'm looking for 110. 100 in the front. Who's giving me $110? I have $100 over here. Looking for 110. Anybody at all for 110? NES slabbed Zelda 2. 100. I'm looking for 110. $100 going once. $100 going twice. Last chance. Sold. correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a 5200 Last Starfighter reproduction cartridge. Based on the 5200 prototype. Last Starfighter for the 5200. Says Starfighter. You being a wise guy? Want to fight? Yeah.
Underdog John.
Smart man. All right, there is no reserve. Who give me $1?
50.
That's what I like. I love when it happens. $50. Who's giving me $60? Over here for 60. Anybody for 70? I have 60, 70 back over here. Who's giving me 80? Anybody for 80? I have $70. I'm looking for 80. 80? 80 over here. Who's giving me 90? I'm at $80. I'm looking for 90. Anybody at all give me $90? $90? $90. I have $80 over here. Looking for 90. I have $80 going once. I have $80 going twice. Last call. Who's going to give me $90? Sold. All right. Japanese Famicom test cartridge. Nintendo NTF2 system cartridge. Jen will show it off as she comes down the aisle. There is no reserve. Okay, no reserve. Who's giving me $20? 50 over here, do I have 60? You already gave me 50, you want 60 too? Oh, how much?
He was 50, he went 60. He's 60.
No, you're interrupting. How much? Give me 60. 60. 80. Let's make it easy. 100. Hey, you guys do the work, I'll drink. I got 100, I'm looking for 120. 120 over here, who's giving me 140? 140 over here, who's giving me 160? Maybe? Anybody else? 140 looking for 160, how about 150? No? Sure? I got 140, I'm looking for 150. Anybody for 150? Anybody want to jump in at the last minute? 140 over here. 140 going once. 140 going twice. Last call. Sold. Sega Saturn prototype. Contra, Legacy of War. Dated January 28th, 1997. It just says archive number 5. Jen will show the stuff. Reserve is, there is a reserve.
2 weeks.
Saturn Proto Contra, Legacy of War. Who's going to start the bidding at $25? Anybody? Way in the back for 25. Who's giving me 50? Anybody for $50? I have 25. I'm looking for 50. Anybody at all for 50? I have 25 in the back. I'm looking for 50. Sega Saturn Proto. Anybody at all for 50? I have 25, I'm looking for 50. Reserve is not met. How much? $30. Who's giving me 50? I have $30, I need 50. Who's giving me 50? Anybody for 50? Anybody at all? I'm at $30. Reserve's not met. Going once. Going twice. Sold to the book. What's this? Mystery box. Number 4. This is the last mystery box. Never know. We've been known to lie. Mystery box number 4. It is for charity. Could be good, could be bad, could be okay. Who'll start the bidding at $20? 100. 200. I'm at $200. Who's giving me 220? Anybody at all 220? I'm at 200. I'm looking for 220. Who's got 220? I have 200 over here. I'm looking for 220 for mystery box. 4th and final mystery box, number 4. I'm looking for 220. I'm at 200. Anybody at all for 220?
Hey Joe, did this come in the mail?
Yeah, is it the Ken Dolan box? I did get 220 in the front. I'm at 220. Anybody for 230? Anybody at all for 230? I'm at 220. I'm looking for 230 in the back there. I'm at 230. I'm looking for 240. Who's giving me 240? I have 230 over here. I'm looking for 240. Anybody at all for 240? $230 over here. I'm looking for 240. 230 going once. 230 going twice. Mystery box number 4. Last and final mystery box. 240 in the front. Last minute bid. Who's giving me 250? Anybody for 250? I'm at 240. I'm looking for 250. It's not from Ken Dolan. 240. I'm looking for 250. Anybody at all for 250? 240 going once. 240 for charity going twice. 250 in the back. Who's giving me 260? Back to you. I'm at 250. I'm looking for 260. Is this the one? 250. I'm looking for 260. 250 going once. 250 going twice. Sold! Come on up.
I gotta go get money.
The story of my life. No problem, we'll put her aside.
You got a beard left, Rock.
This is where's my 8-bit collectors? 8-bit Atari computer. Okay. Mule. This is a nice one. What do you got there? With original receipt.
It's complete with all the paperwork. Credit card number.
Dude, this is David Rogers. You stole this. What are you doing? Original receipt.
What store?
Software City in Ann Arbor, Michigan. One mule for $40. Wow.
Only the store one.
Great shape. So complete 8-bit mule.
Tested and works.
What's that?
Tested and works.
Tested and works. There's no reserve on it. I'll be honest with you, I've seen this go for several hundred on eBay.
Yep.
Because I do watch 8-bit stuff. Who's going to give me $50?
100.
100 over here. Who's giving me 120? Anybody for 120? I have $100. Mick, 120? Come on. Man, go for it. No? I have $100 over here. I'm looking for 120. Who's giving me $120? Anybody? There is no reserve. $120 I'm looking for. Anybody at all? Wow. Quick one. $100 over here. Going once. In the back for 120. Who's giving me 130?
John?
What?
I wanted to put in a point of information, if I may.
Yes!
Just wanted to let people know about this piece.
Don Daglow, a television programmer, extraordinaire.
When EA was founded, we thought the Atari was going to be our machine. By the way, Trip Hawkins saved my butt with the crash game because I got recruited into EA from Intellivision. We thought this was our machine. It wasn't, obviously. And we were dying. We had to do an emergency adaptation and move to the Commodore 64, Apple II, and other machines. There aren't a lot of these because by the time the manufacturing runs were done, we knew we were in a hole. So the Atari version is rare. It also represents the initial vision of Electronic Arts at its founding about what its hardware pattern was going to be and what it never came to be. So on top of its rarity as a piece, because not many were made, which you guys understand as collectors, there is also an historical aspect to it because it represents the original vision of the company by the founders at the time it started out. So I just wanted to throw that in.
Thank you, Don. Very cool. Gotta know the right people, see? So I was at 120. I'm looking for 130. Who's giving me 130? I'm at $120. I'm looking for 130. 130 in the front here. Looking for 140. I have $130. I'm looking for 140. Anybody at all for 140? I have 130 over here. I'm looking for 140. 140 in the back. I'm looking for 150 now. I have 140 over here. I'm looking for 150. Anybody at all for 150? 140 in the back. I'm looking for 150. Anybody over here? Anybody over here? 140 back there. Going once. 150 over here. 160. I have 150. I'm looking for 160. 150 over here going once. Looking for 160. 150 going twice. 160 in the front. New bidder. Who's giving me 170? I have $160 over here. Who's giving me $170? Anybody at all? I have 160 in the front. I'm looking for 170 for this rare artifact in history. 160 going once. 160 going twice. Anybody at all? Last call. Sold. Three items left. Hang in there. About to pass out. All right. I'm almost out of beer. I want to drink it, but I also want to auction it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. $5. Yeah, I'm throwing it out. Yeah. All right. An ultra rare Save Mary prototype for the Atari 2600.
That's actually pretty good.
This is
Final code? Yeah, what's the date? Yeah, what's the date on it?
it says save on it. That's it. There is no date on it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, prototype extraordinaire Matt Reichert will authenticate. Yes. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one I made. Okay. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for that helpful insight. Save Mary prototype for the Atari 2600. It looks. It uses the Sarah chip. You believe it's final. Well, it only says save, so how could it be final? It would have to say save Mary. Could have been save Harry, so who knows?
Save Larry.
Larry. There is a reserve, and starting bid is $75. Who's giving it to me? $75 over here, looking for 100. Anybody for 100? 100 over here to Marty. Who's giving me 125? I need 125. 125. Who's 150? I'm at 125, I'm looking for 150. Anybody? 150 over here, looking for 175. 175, I'm looking for 175. I have 150 over here, I'm looking for 175. Only a couple items left, time to spend your money. 150, looking for 175. 150 over here, anybody? 175? 175. 150, reserves not met. Anybody at all? It's gonna sell to the book. You wanna do something here? You wanna reserve, lower it? No? Stay with what you got?
What?
You wanna lower your reserve?
What is it?
150? Okay. Of course not. 150 going once, 150 going twice. Sold to the book.
Okay, I'm going to go bring the van around so that if anybody wants the shuttle over to the Pinball Hall of Fame, it'll be at the bottom of the stairs as you're facing the exhibit hall, the stairs on the left. As you're facing the museum, it's the stairs on the right. So I'll be running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if you miss one, just wait about 20 minutes, there'll be another one. It's not that far down the street. We're open till, normally till midnight. I'll probably be there till 12:30, 1 o'clock tonight. So you have plenty of time to play games. We'll have free popcorn and soda for you. And again, thanks everybody for your generosity. This will go a long ways towards paying down the debt on the building. And if you want to talk about the Pinball Hall of Fame project, talk to me in the truck, or I'll be on the floor tomorrow. Thank you very much.
How much for the beer?
Mystery box.
Mystery beer.
No more mystery boxes. Done.
Mystery beer. Mystery beer.
You don't want that. You don't want that. Mega Man 3 Proto. There's really no label. It's marked on the end. It says Mega Man 3 for the NES. Second to last item tonight. There is a reserve. Starting bid. Who will give me $50?
150.
150. Jumping up. Who's giving me 200? 200 in front. I need 250. I'm at 200, I need 250. I'm at 200, who's giving me 250? There is a reserve. Looking for 250, anybody give me 250? I'm at $200. Anybody at all for 250? I have 200 over here. Anybody give me 250? Anybody? Going once. Anybody at all? Reserves not met. Going twice. Sold to the book. Yeah, does anybody have money left?
Mystery box.
Well, now that you mentioned it, I don't. I don't have any more. Oh, here we go, Mr. Mystery Box.
All right.
He's the next bid.
Open it. Open it.
That's the plan.
Open it.
I'm going to make sure you give me some change.
NWC Gold.
Real Las Vegas era.
Got a rush hour. Oh, I got a elevator action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fisher's Duel for the Vectrex. And crack. Smoking.
All right. Not bad, not bad. Last item. This is a CES plaque for the game Impossible Mission. What does it say on the plaque?
Atari Corporation.
Must be the 7800?
Innovation. 1988. $1 of $10. Yeah. It says collectors and just right out.
That's it. All right. There's no reserve. Who's giving me $25? 50. 100 in front here. Anybody for 110? 110. Anybody for 110? Anybody at all for 110? I have 100 over here. I'm looking for 110. Anybody for 110? I have 110 over here. Do I have 120? 120 over here. 130? Excuse me a second.
I've been asked to bid in an unscrupulous manner for killerlistofvideogames.com.
Cloth?
Yes. He couldn't be here. He couldn't stick around late enough, so I'm bidding on his behalf.
Where were we?
Can you bid on my behalf too?
Yeah. Where were you? 130. Yeah. So I'm at 130. Who's giving me 140? Anybody for 140? 140. I'm at 130. I'm looking for 140. Who's giving me 140? Anybody at all? 140 over here. Who's giving me 150? I need 150. 150 over here. Who's giving me 160? Anybody for 160? I have 150. I have 160. Who's giving me 170? Anybody at all? I have 160 here. Looking for 170. Who's giving me 170? 170 over here. How about 180? Anybody at all for 180? I have 180. Who's giving me 190? Anybody at all for 190? Going once? Going twice? 200 for me. $200. Anybody going for 210? Anybody at all going for 210?
We just wait since you threw a bid in.
210. Anybody for 210? I have 200 going once. I have 200 going twice. $210. I have 210. I need 220, and I'm looking for 220. 220. Who's giving me 230? I have 220. I'm looking for 230. Are you nuts? 230. I need 240. Who's got 240?
There's two people down from you.
What? 240. Anybody for 240? I have 230. I need 240. 250.
Take out a second mortgage, John.
250 to me. Anybody? If you don't want to be banned from CGE, 250 to me. Anybody for 260? Anybody at all for 260? 260, 260. Do I hear 260? I have 250. I'm looking for 260. I have 250 going once. I have 250 going twice. Last call.
Enjoy.
Sold! Finally. I was waiting for Al to jump in now. Jeez. Thought I had friends up here.
Last item.
Oh. Last item. No, that was it.
There's a Corona left.
Mystery beer. Beer for charity.
That was my beer. Am I supposed to drink it?
You're gonna have a bid for it. Icy beer. Ice cold beer. Ice cold beer.
There was supposed to be beer. I think someone stole my friggin' beer. I guess we'll do it. I really wanted to drink it. All right. It did kind of become a tradition, so let's do it for charity. One ice cold Corona. They lay it down so it's icy. And there's 1, 2, 3. What's that? Prototype Rev 5. Date. Slam, 1983. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count anymore. I'm so tired. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 limes to go with it. Take it down the aisle, Jen. Let everybody see. Everybody gets one last eyeful.
Oops, I spilled it.
All right.
$20. 30. 50. 100.
Oh, well, we didn't even start the bidding yet.
Wait, where's the money going?
It always goes to charity.
Okay, just check.
And I'm throwing in Jen. Date with Jen. There you go. Just a beer. Let's not get crazy. Okay. Who said what? I thought I heard some big numbers. Wow. Starting at $100 for charity. $125 in the back. What was our record last time? I think we... 140. We just broke the record for charity for the Corona beer. $140. Does anybody want to give me $150? 150. Look at that. You didn't get a chance. 160 over here. Anybody for 170 for charity? I have 160. I'm looking for 170. Anybody at all? I have 160. Here's 170. $200. $200. The winner has to come up and do Dave one better. All right? Dave was the one who won the very first Corona. $200 for charity. I don't even have to work at this. $225 in the back. Who is going to beat that? I have $225 going towards charity. Anybody giving me anything above that? 230, 240, whatever. Who's got it? I have 225. I'm looking back over here. You want to talk to your buddy? He's got a few bucks, maybe? Wants to chip in? You give him a little taste? How about? You give him a line?
No, I'll give $100 the whole thing. No, I'll you give him 50. 250.
How much is the return value on the bottle in the bag?
250.
Don't distract me. I got 250. $250. You got friends? 250. I'm at $250. Who's giving me 260? $250 for charity.
I seem to remember last time we did this that one side of the room was much better than the other side.
Right, right.
So clearly our side is better.
You can't let them take this away. I think a couple bucks a head. Boom, boom, boom.
What are you going to donate?
$250. Who's doing $260 for charity? Anybody at all? Call your friends, your family. $250 over here. Going once. $250 going $260 in the front here. Take that. 270?
300.
300. Tom, give us another case, quick. Holy crap. $300. $300. I can't even fathom that. Thank you everybody for that. That's charity. That is good. $300. Anybody want to go 310? Anybody at all? I have $300 over here for charity. Going once. $300 going twice. Last call for 310. $300 sold for charity. Open it. Yeah, sorry, we don't have an opener. We'll give it to you later. Oh, limes are over here. You've got 11 limes to pick from.
Prototype lines.
Give them to your friends.
Prevent scurvy.
All right.
Here we go. $300 for charity. Do it. Go, 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 go. Almost there. Go, 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 go. Don't stop. You better not stop. Oh my God, what happened? It's cold. Now you got to give us 4. Yeah. So I know the lime blocked the hole coming out, right? You swallowed the lime. Come on, $300. You're wasting time, right? Let's go. There we go. Almost there. There it is. $300 for charity. Let's have a big round of applause. Thanks very much. Hope everyone had a great time. We'll see you tomorrow at the show. And, wait, don't leave yet. How about a big round of applause for Jen?